friends, welcome back to part 2 of my year of panning Jaclyn Hill products. So last update I showed you my Morphe Jaclyn Hill favorite palette as my Pan That palette for 2019. I don't know why that felt like a mouthful to get out. But yeah, today's part 2 is none other than another palette, because what's better than panning a super large palette that I don't know if I can get through other than 2 palettes that I feel like I may not get through. But you know what? It's all about challenge. Even if I don't finish them, progress is progress no matter how small or how big. I've left that comment on quite a few people's videos when they're like, oh, this was like a fail of an update or a fail of a project. Progress is progress. You use more of it than if you just hadn't used it at all. That's quite obvious, but you get my point. So even if we don't end up finishing some of the shades or some of these palettes or whatever it may be, at least there's being focus put on them and at least they're getting used. So I want to use them up. That's my main goal, but you know what? At the end of the day, at least they're getting used. So spiel aside, let's get into project number 2, which is Pan That Face palette. So today's palette is none other than the Becca Jaclyn Hill collaboration. This is the Champagne Collection Face palette. Well, okay, I thought that was going to be actually a longer name than that, but yeah, that's it. This is the one that comes with the 2 highlighter shades, 1 kind of bronzer color, and then 2 blushes. So we have Prosecco Pop here, which is more of like a light gold. Then we have the Champagne Pop, which was her big collaboration with Becca. We have Pamplemousse down here, which if you go in light-handedly can actually be like a nice flush of color, or you can build it up to make it like this really bold kind of, what color would I call that? It's not really corally pink. Yeah, it's got a hint of coral in there. Let's go with that. We do have Amaretto here, which I've been trying to use more as like a bronzer, or it's too warm for a contour for me, but I've tried it a couple of times. I've been trying to use it more, but it also works as a crease shade as well. And then I really like this color here. This is Rose Spritz. So it's very similar to Pamplemousse, but it's almost like it has Champagne Pop kind of mixed into it, so you do have that nice glow. It also works as a blush topper as well. So yeah, so this is the Champagne Collection Face palette here. As you can see, we don't really have any noticeable progress. I think anything of note would be, our Champagne Pop was a victim of my fingernail a couple of times in the exact same spot. That's quite agitating, I know. It also has a couple of brush nicks up here. I know, oh yeah, right here. Prosecco Pop has a couple of brush nicks as well. And then this one looks like it has a brush nick, but it's actually pretty flush. So other than that, we don't really have a lot of progress, even though this is probably my most used product out of between the eyeshadow palette, this palette, and the product that's coming in the next video. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but yeah, this one probably has the most use out of all of those, which is really sad to say because there's like no progress. But yeah, so that's it. That is my Pan That Face palette for 2019. I will see you guys in the next video, which is part 3 of my Panning Jaclyn Hill series for this year. And yeah, I know I made you guess last video, but leave me your guesses down below what you think the next video is going to be. And I will see you guys then. Bye guys.